So today we're doing something a little different. We're going to crack open what feels like a private journal to find a really powerful philosophy for living. Think of it as a manual, not for some machine, but for a life that you build on purpose. And it all really boils down to this one big question, doesn't it? Is a good, meaningful life something that just kind of happens to us, or is it something we have to actively build brick by brick every single day? The clue, it turns out, is in this collection of notes and quotes we're looking at here. It's logged on day 48 of what is clearly a very consistent practice. You can see it's a blueprint for a life, and pretty much every piece of it points to one big idea. Okay, let's dive right into that core theme. This isn't about sitting around and waiting for some flash of inspiration. No, this is about building a life by hand, piece by intentional piece. And these pages pull in wisdom from all over the place to really hammer this point home. It really kicks off with this fundamental truth. Being proactive, it's not some personality trait you're born with. It's a choice you make. The whole focus here is on preparation, on what you do, not just on talent or luck. And, that preparation, it gives you something absolutely crucial, the courage to actually do something. This philosophy is all about being willing to step into the ring, to risk failure, because that's the only way you can actually grow. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It brings it all down to earth. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity to fall into your lap. It's about taking initiative. It's about finding the gym yourself. And this whole proactive mindset leads us right to the anchor of these notes. So how does this idea of building a life by hand actually work in practice? Well, it all comes down to this central conflict that's laid out in these pages. These two mindsets that are basically at war inside of us all the time, the amateur and the professional. What's so wild is just how clear the contrast is here. I mean, look at this. The amateur? Well, they romanticize everything. They talk a big game. They wait for that perfect moment. The professional? They don't do any of that. They are defined by one thing and one thing only: consistent action. This quote from Stephen Pressfield, this is the absolute heart of the entire philosophy. It's basically a call to stop mystifying our work, to stop mystifying our lives. The magic isn't in some brilliant idea. The magic is in the execution, day after day after day. I just love this imagery. It completely shatters that whole myth of the delicate, flighty muse, right? Inspiration isn't some fairy. Inspiration is a blue-collar worker. She shows up when you show up, with her lunch pail, ready to get into the trenches and do the hard, unglamorous work. So, okay, this all sounds great in theory, but what does the professional mindset actually look like in our daily lives? Well, the answer seems to be in a holistic approach. This philosophy doesn't separate the different parts of you. It's a fully integrated system for your body, your mind, and your spirit. Let's start with the body. You'll notice this isn't about some heroic, insane workout plan. It's about simple, basic truths that add up over time. Drinking enough water, getting good sleep, taking a walk outside, moving your body consistently, and eating well. And I have to say, I love this last point. When in doubt, train, grip, and core. It's just so practical, a real no-excuses solution. And what's so cool is how perfectly this is mirrored by the wisdom for the soul. These aren't about hustling harder. They're about sufficiency. He who gets out of the way helps a lot. A word to the wise is sufficient. Then you get this incredibly profound idea that happiness is wanting what you do. It's not about getting what you want. And it all kind of leads to this final affirmation: my still mind reflects only peace and holiness. It's this quiet, powerful balance to all that ambition. Now, right when this whole thing risks sounding a little too perfect or preachy, the writer gives us a little wink. It's a moment of self-awareness that is just absolutely essential to the whole thing. And there it is, this quote: "This is the dose of reality." It's this beautiful acknowledgement that this whole professional mindset, it's an aspiration. It's a project we work on precisely because our human nature is to be a little irrational, to be amateurs. The struggle is the entire point. So, if the struggle is real and we're not perfect, how do we make any progress at all? Well, the final pages of this journal bring everything into this sharp, actionable focus with one last really elegant concept. The minimum effective dose. This is the key. This is a total game changer. It's not about burning yourself out with these huge, massive efforts. It's about precision. It's about applying the smallest, most intentional action that will actually move the needle. You just do what's necessary and sufficient and nothing more. And that really brings us to the secret of the treasure, doesn't it? It's a philosophy of sufficiency, of action over desire. So I guess the question this whole journal leaves us with is a simple one. What is the smallest effective dose that you can apply to your life right now?